That is the AI horn speaker from Unifi, and it's probably the loudest thing they've ever made. But in this video, I'm going to tell you all the ways that you might use it. So here it is, the AI horn speaker from Unifi. I've had a few comments and messages about whether I would review it on the channel and try and figure out how to use it. And well, now I am. Yeah, it's an interesting device, to say the least. It's not something I expected Unifi to do, but it kind of makes sense in a security kind of setting, right? So first of all, on their listing, on the store, it says all-weather PoE 120 decibel, that's loud, just for reference, horn speaker with advanced AI alert functionality and versatile wall, corner, and pole mounting options. So we don't get a lot of information. So I think this video is going to be like a journey of discovery where we're going to install it, we're going to put it into the network and see kind of what the features and functions are. And maybe I'll talk about how I'm going to use it because I'm not entirely sure just yet. But yeah, I hope you'll join me and let's get out the box to start with. Yeah. Big box, got the picture of the horn on the side, but of course, as always, you know what this means. I know. You ready? Yeah, anyway, what is actually in this box? Well, it's just there. That's huge. That is, that's a big horn. Okay, let's see if we can get it out. Just like that. That is a horn. That is a AI speaker for packaging only. We can take that off. All right, that's for the obviously the Cat 6 to come in. Very good. And here we should have just a plug. Here we go. Yep. And that is fast Ethernet. That is 100 megabit connection. And there's a reset button and a power button and a mount. There's a mount there. It feels solid. That is aluminium alloy somehow. Yeah, that's nice. All right, put this back on. What else we got? So then there is a hardware kit, it says. Let's just see if we can get these out. So we have the AI horn is here. We have the pole mount here, I suspect. So that's for putting around a pole. Yep, somehow, okay. Yep. We have another wall mount, I think. Oh, this probably goes around here somehow. Yeah, okay, right. And that obviously is connected to that there somehow. Yeah. We have a template for mounting it. And then we have in here some plastic bits. What do they do? Not sure what that's for yet. Okay. We have a whole lot of bags, which is the big bolts. We're going to use those for the pole mount, I suspect. Okay. We have another grommet size. So, oh, that's solid. Okay. There's some sort of security screw or something. There's of course an Allen key. Hey, Allen. And we have, proper mount for a wall mount. So this will go into wood or concrete or something, or brick. Very nice. So that's what we got. Guess we mount it then. All right, so we're gonna install the AI horn on this pole, sort of pointing that way is the plan. I'm putting it here because there's kind of room for it. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for, hence the cabling, as you'll see, is temporary. I'm not sure where this is going to end up. So for now, we're going to put it here, plug it in and see what it does. So yeah, you can put comments about the installation, but I'll ignore them. Yeah, or maybe not. Anyway, let's put it on. Okay. So first step is to put so this is pole mount, obviously it's not wall mount, to put this half, so this is the bigger part of the pole mount. We're going to attach that to the bracket or the mount, the pole mount to the mount. Anyway, that bit to that bit. And then we'll put it around the pole and then we'll attach the other part of it to there, like that, right here. Make sense? Yeah. Yeah. All right, it's in. Now we just got to connect the cable. All right, so we just got to plug it in, and obviously this is with this big grommet thing here, because this is IP66 rated for outdoors. That's one of the specs I do know. So we're just going to put this through this grommet here. So this is quite neat, actually. I like these properly outdoor rated things because they're really nicely made. And there is a second size grommet as well if you have a smaller cable. I think this will be all right. I'm not sure, but again, I don't think this will be the final install. This is to figure out what it does, because I don't know. So let's just put it up and we'll see what we got. Hey, there's light, which means it's on. And now we just gotta get this up there. All right, it's not quite on properly because I'm using the wrong cable. I know that it's an indoor cable and it has the wrong size for the grommet, etc. But it's in, and I'm pretty sure it's watertight, and the light's on. So let's see if it showed up in Unifi Protect. And there it is. New device found. Protect AI Horn Speaker. So I'm gonna adopt it, probably update it because there's always an update, and then we'll look at it in Unifi Protect and see what it does. So the AI horn is installed. I did choose to put it that way because otherwise if I put it up this way here towards where I'm standing, it would get in the way of the camera, the PGZ camera. Yes, it does swivel that way too, but the main view is this way. So for now it's there. As I said before, this is probably not the permanent location for it now that I'm beginning to understand how I might use it. Anyway, it's in, it's powered up, and I have it here in the app as well, the Unifi Protect app. So yes, there was an update for it, of course there was. So now we are on version 1.1.6 at time of recording. So maybe in the future it'll have more updates, I don't know. But this is what you get. There's not a lot here, but there's a couple of things I want to mention, and then we'll jump in on the desktop, on the website, and see more there and play with some other things. But here we have the AI horn speaker, and right up front and center you can see there is a talk button. And let's try that out because it's quite responsive. So if I press talk, and you should be able to hear it now. Hello YouTube. It's loud. That was loud. We'll do it again. Yeah, I don't know if it comes across on the microphone. Maybe I'll just turn this way a bit so you might be able to hear it better. Let's see. Hello YouTube. There's a bit of reverb because it obviously goes into the microphone again, but it's loud. You can hear that a fair distance. Anyway. Then we have status, connection, yada, 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 the usual stuff. And then there is settings. And here there is sort of two things that's worth noting. We have the name. Actually, I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call this just the really loud speaker, because it is. The speaker volume. So you can have it, it's right now at 80%. If you're outside in a big area like this, that's probably good, or even 100% maybe, whatever. If it's more of an enclosed area, like we say in a hallway or a courtyard, you do want to test this out because it is loud. 120 decibel is loud. Yes. So yeah, of course we can test the speaker here too. Woohoo! So actually, yeah, I'll turn it up to 100, see if you can notice the difference in the microphone here. Ready? I felt that like my eardrums were vibrating. I'm not kidding. That was loud. I'm gonna go back down to like 75, I think. Holy moly, let's just do that again. That's more pleasant, okay. I didn't actually expect that. I gotta admit, I have not tried that before I did it with you here on screen. As I said, journey discovery. That was loud. Wow. Okay, we'll leave it at 74, 75. Right, okay, then we have paired cameras. This is actually kind of neat. Why didn't I think of that kind of moment? But yeah, it's neat. So if I do paired cameras, and let's say we do the camera that's just above it, the PGZ, the G5 PGZ, my roundabout PGZ, I press on that, it get a little tick. You can choose more than one, by the way. So I could say do the office, which is in front of me here, and then you have two paired cameras. What happens is that you get essentially as if that camera had a speaker in it. So I did this with the G5 Pro and its enhancer. Sorry, the AI Pro and its enhancer. If you haven't seen that video, it's linked up there. So go check that out. But that's what you get. So if I now go to one of those two cameras, let's say we go to the roundabout PGZ, there it is, and I go into its play here. there's now a microphone button. You can see it's blue there. And if I press that, hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. There it is. Not sure why it didn't work the first time. Anyway, that worked. So now we have a speaker. So essentially you can become an intercom, because all the cameras except for the G5 Dome Ultra has a microphone in them. So you can hear people and you can now talk to them. That's kind of neat. And you can blast the eardrums if you really wanted to, because that was loud. So that's the main features I wanted to show here on the app. On the mobile app rather. So let's jump in, because it's getting cold out here. It's winter here in Australia. And we'll have a look at the alarm manager. So we're now in Unifi Protect. This is the desktop version or the web app, because yeah, I want to show a couple of things that work better on this view, I think. So here are all my Unifi Protect devices, and at the bottom here we have the really loud speaker, because it is loud. And you can see it has the exact same properties. It has the talk button up here, so we can talk through it from the desktop as well. And there's some model name and device version, etc. The settings are also the same. You have the speaker volume, 100% loud. Did I mention it's loud? And you can test the speaker, and then you can see the paired cameras, and there are alarms, which there are none of right now. So that's the bit I want to show you, that I want to just test out here, because it's quite neat. So I'm going to go to the alarm manager, which is here behind me anyway, and I'm going to create a new alarm. If you have not seen the alarm manager before, it's a really neat system of kind of combining all the Unifi bits in Protect and getting, well, kind of alarms out of it. So we have a trigger. In this case, we're going to make this an object, so a person. So for example, just, well, me, as we'll test in just a second. But you could also have an ID, so that would be, you know, a face ID, a known face. Could be an activity, so, you know, line crossing or something ringing or a sound. Webhook, sensors, if you have any of the sensors. I have created quite a cool video on the all-in-one sensor, which is linked there if you want to check that out. And then there's also system events, but I'm going to go with a person, which is there. Just a person. And then you have a scope, so that is, what is it that you are looking for this trigger? Where are you looking for this trigger? I'm just going to choose the PGZ camera here, the G5 PGZ, which is just, you know, above the horn speaker, as we saw before, just for this test anyway, but you can choose many here, as you can see. And I want to have, well, an action. You can have one or more actions. You can notify someone, so you can get notification on your phone, for example. Another webhook, you can call a webhook and have your custom thing happening. You can unlock a thing if you have doors, like my gate or, you know, office door or something. And we have sound as well, which is what we're going to use, as well as lights and PGZ. So PGZ, I showed that in the G6. So in the AI PGZ video as well, which is linked there, about how you move the camera to a specific location. And so with sound, you can choose an audio file, a greeting. That you can only choose that if your trigger is a known face. For some reason, you can greet that person. You can use custom message, which is what I'm going to do here. And, well, audio file, you can have, you know, if you had a company sound or something, you can pre-record something, right? I'm going to go play it on, well, the really loud speaker. And then the message here will be, I am loud. Really loud. Or something, right? So it's like a text to speech. So there'll be a voice saying that. And I don't want to have it triggering every 2 seconds. So we'll just pause it for a minute and ignore it for a minute. Right. That's my alarm. I should give it a name here. We're going to call this Play the Horn. Because why not? So I'm going to create that alarm. That is now here. You can see if I click on it, there is the overview of it. It detects a person on the roundabout PGZ camera, and it plays a sound. And it hasn't been hit yet. Obviously, we just made it. So I'm going to go and just trigger it, and I'll be right back. So I'm hiding just around the corner from the camera, and we'll see when I walk out in front of it if it detects a person and if we play the sound. Let's see. So I'm going to walk out here. It's just up there. There it is. And
I am loud, really loud.
I'm loud, really loud. So that works really well. And then, of course, it waits a minute before that would trigger again. But yeah, that's the alarm. And of course, the sky's the limit with the alarm manager. You can get it to play all sorts of things. So if you have a good idea of what I might use it for, let me know down in the comments. It should be fun. So that is the AI Horn Speaker from Unifi. Yeah, I've got a better idea now of what to use it for. I think alarm manager is probably the key. Just put it in some sort of automation with an alarm. You can play a custom message or a greeting or an audio file. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you would use it for, or what I can use it for. I'm happy to create another video on another scenario. Now, I couldn't get it into Home Assistant just yet. Hopefully that's an integration that comes, because that would open up a whole world of new possibilities. That would be awesome. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It's a weird device. I'm kind of glad it exists. Not quite sure what it's for, but I'm getting there. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing by clicking that red button down below. And if you are interested in your own Spit Happens mug, delicious. Check out the merch. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.